Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Anna for those of you who didn't know that. And today I want to talk about how I plan to read more. And basically this will be mostly for at least this year. I have a plan for next year already. It's gonna take some time to actually plan out everything for next year, because next year I will have a new game going on, but it takes some time to kind of make that happen because it's a huge one. But that was not what we were speaking of today. So if some of you have seen at least my one Bookupplay TBR, next month won't be any better, but I have gotten bigger TBRs, and that means that I need to read more. And I have a few things that kind of will make it easier to read more, or I kind of have to decide to read more, but yeah. So I kind of have a few things that I am going to use to try and actually make my Bookupplay TBR and all the other books that I need to read. So the first one will obviously be that my Bookupplay books will be my first priority. I haven't kept this month though, so it's a little stressful to get the 3 books I have left done over the span of 5 days. So that's gonna be a struggle, but with number 2 this will go. And that is that all the books I have on my TBR, I take all the page numbers and divide it into how many days there are in that month. So, and then I need to read like maybe 140 pages each day for the whole month. And obviously I can read more if that is what I want to do, but I have to have a minimal page count. And these last few days, I think I have had 150 pages. I didn't read anything yesterday, so that means that if I read 300 pages, I will still be on that goal. But I mean, I'm not in a reading slump, obviously. I just have those days where I'm not feeling like reading. And I also try and choose books that I am interested in at that moment. I think that will be number 3. That I try to choose books that I'm interested in that month, that I have been thinking about. Because I mean, all the books that I have on my TBR are books that I eventually want to read, but there aren't all of them that I feel like, oh, I want to read this month. It must be books that I am interested in and excited to read that month. And I mean, Of course, I have for example, I'm on Chloe's, like Books with Chloe's Patreon, and then we will have a buddy read each month. And obviously, most likely, I will be interested in those books. And I mean, I like trying out new things. For example, for February, the book pick is Strange the Dreamer, and that is a book that I have been thinking about reading. I wish I knew it a little earlier though, because in February, I now have like 15 books on my TBR. And let's just say that if I read all the books on February's TBR, I will have around 30 books read already. And we are in the second month. We still have 10 months to go then. And then I might have read 30 books. So that's like 10 more than originally planned. But that is because I choose how many pages I'm going to read each day. And then I'm gonna say, are we at 4? Yes, something like that. That is to read at a time when you have like the most motivation to read. I know, for example, for me, I need to read at daytime because when kind of nighttime comes, I'm more of in the mood to just lay in bed and watch some TV shows or a movie or something. And I know that, and that means that I need to think about what time I am reading. I mean, right now I'm not working, and that fits really well with reading during daytime. Like, I'm gonna say like 12 to 3 maybe. That's like a great time for me to read. And of course, if I have to read like 300 pages, which I need to do today, I of course read longer. But yeah, I might just count up all the page numbers and read what comes. Because I don't know if I kind of feel like reading 300 pages, but yeah, I have to see. The book I'm reading now hasn't really gotten super interesting yet. But it's one of like my top books from 2020, so I feel like I want to see how I enjoy it. And I mean, that is also something that I should start with, but that I kind of have a really kind of don't do, and that is DNFing. I just have this feeling that maybe it will be better towards the end. That's my thought every single time, and not all of them are. Some of them actually are. I'm really like, when I read a book, if it's like maybe a 3-4 star, like throughout almost the whole book, but the ending is super interesting, it might just get like a nudge up. I'm gonna say if it's a 3, I might give it a 4 stars. It's going to take more to like have a 4-star book become a 5-star book. But that is because I'm trying to be like a little bit more harsh on my ratings, so I don't give way too many books 5 stars. I mean, I think I have like 2 this month that are 5 stars, so I mean, I just feel like it has to have that 5-star feeling, like I really love it. And I hope that I kind of have a few of those this year that I don't only have like five-star reads, but you never know. But obviously, Bookapple helps me a lot with kind of picking books that I might not have picked up, or yeah, different things like that. But I mean, what I like about Bookapple is that you get like a genre, but you don't get a book. Because the thing with me is that I kind of can't have like, you need to read this if I'm not in the mood. And I just feel like it's really a good thing that I get things off my TBR, because it's important to do that, obviously. I mean, it's really, I'm gonna say, difficult to tell what helps for one person and what doesn't. One of the things that I usually do is read like usually read 2 books at a time. So one is like one genre, for example, really action-packed, and the other one is more like calm and contemporary-ish. Just so I can like switch up between them. Because usually I tend to not get bored of the book, but just feel like I need something else. Especially if it's a really long book. And it might be a little slow. I like to have a little more fast-paced book. So, like, usually what I do, if I need to read like 150 pages, I read 50 pages of one book and then 100 pages of the other book. So I just like switch up. And then when I'm the one that I read 100 pages in, I will get further into. And then when I'm kind of done with that, I choose if I'm going to have the other book with 100 pages, or if I'm going to keep that as like 50 pages. But of course, if the book is really exciting, I will like read as much as I can of it. That's not a problem. But it's like that I read like a minimal of the page count that I need each day. Because then I can choose, will I quit now or will I read more? But I mean, a really exciting book, I might just read the entire thing, and yeah, just I won't change the page count by that. I will keep, like, if I have 150 pages at that set that I need to read that minimal, and I read the whole entire book of 250, 300 page book, I won't change the 150 pages, because I know that not all days I am 100% able to read 150 pages, because I have a few days where I have things to do. And the thing I'm doing right now is making me really exhausted, and it's not all the time that I feel like actually reading something when I get back from there. But that is also one of the good things about books, is that you have audiobooks. And that is like one of my biggest saviors when I drive 30 to 40 minutes one way. It depends on the road. And then I have 1 hour where I can listen to that audiobook again. Then I'm driving 30 to 40 minutes home later that day. And that means like 2 hours of listening time. And that's pretty good. That is like, I'm there twice a week when I have the energy for that. That is 4 hours every week only with that audiobook while I'm away. And that's super good. But yeah, I also think Kindle books are a really good thing too. Not like almost every time when I'm at home. I usually don't read a lot of like ebooks, but I like to have like an option to be able to read a Kindle book, like a something. Like usually I don't read the longest books on there just because when I like read an ebook, I have trouble concentrating. But some of those I have read on Kindle have been really good. I mean, I have some like on my TBR that are on those chance cards. I think I have like on my chance cards, if I'm not completely wrong, I have like 8 bad rated books and 8 really good rated books or something. I can't remember actually. But it's something like that, and it has been going. I haven't gotten any one of those yet. Hopefully I will throughout the year. And yeah, it's also, audiobooks are really good when I am making my game because it takes time and I hate being like all quiet. So that one is really good listening to an audiobook because then I get reading done while I do things that I need to do. But now I have been talking for a long time. I don't know if you are on this video anymore because I'm good at talking about everything and nothing. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to follow me on any of my social media, all the links are down in the description, and I will see you next time. Bye!